Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the channel. Once again, welcome to the delayed flight. We have the NX Cub. This is our plane today. And we will have a thorough look at the startup of this plane. An incredible payware scenery that I will not reveal yet. I mean, this is quite impressive, isn't it? But let us not focus on the scenery. A very didactic clip which belongs to this special category. I know what it's about, but I don't know how to say it. But I'm sure I will manage somehow. We will have a look at the startup of this plane and we will see what is, let's say, a bad startup and the startup by the book. So without further ado, let us have a look what is a bad startup. For instance, for you who are interested in these things and you examine a new plane, I suppose you go to find somewhere the battery, which is here, and the alternator. You wait for the Garmin to be activated. It may take a few seconds. So the key is at this direction here, and you start the engine. Okay, I think the flag of India is quite distinguishable. So I suppose we are somewhere in India. Okay, so then you're good to go. You suppose you're good to go. Here it is. Here is the plane, fully operational. The engine is running. But somehow what you did is not precise at all. I mean, this is the bad startup of a plane, not only of the NX Cub. Battery, alternator, just turn the key and you're good to go. Usually after even less than a minute, your engine will be shut off if you follow this simplistic procedure. Let us have a look at the startup of the NX Cub, or actually at the startup of a single engine plane more thoroughly. And let us go by the book. Yes, I want to show you the difference between a bad startup and a startup by the book, and our example is the NX Cub, which is a wonderful plane, of course. And I would strongly suggest you to download the Garmin G3X Touch for this plane. There is an add-on with all the avionics and the autopilot features, and to learn to fly this plane properly. So, da capo, from the beginning. Don't tell me it is not impressive. I mean, this is a wonderful payware. From TaiModels is the developer. Here is our plane, the NX Cub. Of course, I didn't land my plane here, isn't it? If you are interested how to set your plane in a specific place, in a specific point, please let me know. Though I have said all these things already. Okay, let us go by the book. A plane is more complicated. It doesn't have only these two buttons here and the key. I magnified the cockpit slightly so you will have a better look. Da capo, from the beginning. Master battery. Yes, indeed. Master battery set to on, and we will be waiting for the Garmin G3X Touch to be activated. Here it is. It may take some time. Okay, I can as well press continue. Alternator. On. So far, so good. Then you go here. Please have a look. Here are the fuel tanks, 2 fuel tanks. The fuel tank is in the off position. And the truth is, yes, indeed, it is in the off position. And the truth is that by default, when you start the game and you're inside the plane, the fuel tank is not in the off position. It is either on left tank or on right tank, which is actually a mistake because when you leave the plane, the fuel tank is in the off position. So next step is to choose the right or the left fuel tank. We go here, isn't it? Left tank selected. Okay. Then the fuel must start running, isn't it? So you go here, fuel switch pump, okay? By default it is to the off position, and you set fuel pump to on. Good. About mixture, which is here, propeller, which is here, and throttle controls. In general, you don't give a damn. This is what I see mostly in the clips with the startups. However, these things are also extremely essential. So you go here, mixture, isn't it? As you see, it is in the cut-off position. And you set mixture to 100% here inside. When you will be cruising, you will change this and you will go to 80%. Okay, now the mixture is 100%. And now you go here, the key is on the right, and you switch the key to both magnetos on. Right, left, both. Here it is. And here is your throttle. As you see, this is the throttle of the NX Cub, and here is the propeller, this one here. Next, you set the propeller to 100%. From here, you go to 100% here. Set it and ignore it. The propeller, in this simple version of the NX Cub, will remain during our flight to 100%. Of course, you must also check your parking brakes, and the truth is, I have said this also in other clips about the NX Cub, no other plane has such an inconvenient position for the parking brakes. Let me have a look, which are somewhere here, isn't it? You see, you cannot even see them. Yeah, exactly. Here it is. On and off, you see. So the parking brakes, of course, must be set to the on position. According to the weather, you will set also here the cabin air source. For instance, here is 0%. Okay, the weather seems good outside. Let's say something like 50%, 60%, it is just fine. And if it is cold outside, you also go here, hot entry, on, okay, or off. It depends on the weather. Of course, you will also turn your lights on. Okay. Then you will set the heading of your runway. I suppose you will not depart right from here. I could as well do this. And you set the heading of your runway somewhere here. It is the knob. Have a look at this tutorial how to fix the heading bug, because usually this is not operational. A very interesting tutorial. You may have a look if you encounter such problems. So let's say something like 93, something. Okay. And now you're good to start the engine. So you go from both magnetos here. Here it is. You see. Please have a look here at the throttle, you see. Okay. So now you're good to go, and this is the startup of the NX Cub. It could as well be another plane. The startup exactly by the book. About the fuel pump, which is here, please have in mind that the fuel pump is on, okay, during all the phases of the flight, except during cruise. When you cruise, you can as well turn the fuel switch pump to the off position. Otherwise, during the flight, it always remains to the on position. Which means that now we are consuming the fuel from the... Which one left, isn't it? from the left fuel tank, isn't it? Here. And if you want to be even more precise, and I would suggest you to be more precise, you go here, you see this vertical bar here, left click, and this is quite interesting here, GPH, which means gallons per hour. You see, if for instance I increase my throttle, this changes, isn't it? You see? Okay, I return the throttle on idle. And if you want to be even more precise, from main, here you go to the fuel calculation indications, which are here. You press here, isn't it? And you see the two tanks here, exactly here, you see. Left tank and right tank. Right now we are consuming the fuel from the left tank. This is why you see here 12.2 and here this is 12.3. And if you want to be even more precise, it is good to remember that after, let's say, about 20-25 minutes, you must change the tank, which means that you will go here. Here is the fuel selector. If the fuel pump is off, for instance, you go to on. Fuel pump, we said, is off during cruise. So first you set fuel pump to on, and then you change the tank. Okay, for instance, right tank. Okay, it is on, so I go back to left tank. Good. Ladies and gentlemen, I think this is all for now. I just wanted to show you the startup of the NX Cub, which is actually the startup of one engine plane, of a single engine plane. By the book, as I said, this is the startup by the book. Now, if you have taxied already and so on, of course it is easier to shut off the engine, one engine. And I would suggest you first to go here, off position. You can as well turn alternator and battery to the off position. Of course, fuel pump also to the off position, isn't it? Mixture cut off. Propeller set to 0% on idle. And you're good to set the key of your plane, of the NX Cub, to the off position. Ladies and gentlemen, this is all for now. Thank you for watching this clip and hope to see you soon to the next one. Till then, you take care and bye for now.